Today, we are digging into a business philosophy that honestly changed the world. It started on the factory floors of Toyota and has since taken over countless industries. We're talking about the incredible power of making small, consistent improvements. We're going to explore lean production and the engine that drives it all, a concept called Kaizen. All right, let's get into it. We're all kind of wired to think that massive success needs some giant, revolutionary light bulb moment. But what if that's not really how it works? What if the real path to jaw-dropping results is paved with tiny, almost invisible steps that you take every single day? That's the big question we're looking at. Now, to really get why this whole idea of small improvements is such a game changer, we first have to talk about the problem it was built to solve. And in the world of business, that problem, that hidden thing that drains a company's potential, is waste. Seriously, think about it. It doesn't matter if you're a local coffee shop or a massive car company. Every single organization is in this constant battle against inefficiency. It's like this silent thief, just draining resources, profits, and potential, and holding so many businesses back from what they could truly become. And waste? Well, it shows up in all sorts of sneaky ways. It's not just about tossing out leftover materials. It's the wasted time waiting for a machine to be ready. It's the wasted energy of an employee walking all the way across the factory floor just for one tool. It's a process that has 10 steps when it only needs 5. But maybe the biggest waste of all is the untapped potential of your own employees, the ones who see a better way to do things but have no way to share those brilliant ideas. So, how in the world do you fight this enemy? Well, you get lean. Let's talk about the philosophy that was designed from the ground up to systematically hunt down and eliminate waste in every single one of its forms. Lean production. At its very core, lean production is really a mindset. It's a way of managing a business that is just obsessed with cutting out anything and everything that doesn't add value. But, and this is key, while making absolutely sure that the quality of the product or service never, ever takes a hit. It's all about this relentless focus on what really matters to the customer. So, if you boil it all down, it comes to this one simple, incredibly powerful idea. Using fewer resources, less time, less material, less effort, to achieve more value for the customer. It's really the art of getting the maximum output by minimizing the input. Okay, so lean production is the goal, right? That's the what. But how do you actually do it? How do you make it happen? Well, the how is this amazing Japanese concept that is basically the engine for this entire philosophy. It's called Kaizen. This quote, it just reveals everything. It gets right to the cultural mindset that's at the heart of this whole thing. This isn't about some one-off project. No, it's a deep belief that nothing is ever perfect. It's this powerful conviction that everything can be made just a little bit better every single day. And the word itself, Kaizen, it literally just means continuous improvement. It's not about big, scary, disruptive changes. Nope. Instead, it's a long-term commitment. It's about making these small, gradual, ongoing tweaks to processes to boost efficiency and, of course, quality. And this, right here, this is where you see the magic of compounding. Think about it. A 1% improvement today. It feels like nothing, right? But a 1% improvement every day for a year? The final impact is absolutely massive. That is the incredible power of Kaizen. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but does this stuff actually work out in the real world? Well, let's take a look at a case study of a manufacturing company, Goldstone, that decided to put these Japanese production methods to the test. And the key to their whole strategy was putting staff involvement right at the very center of it all. They didn't just hand down new rules from the bosses. No, they empowered the people who were actually doing the work to find better ways of doing it. And the results? Honestly, they were staggering. First up, by empowering their teams, they managed to slash their production setup time by an incredible 74%, which in turn helped them cut machine downtime by 73%. That means the lines were running more and sitting idle less. And get this is the most impressive part to me. All this focus on speed actually improved quality. It led to a 50% drop in rejected products. So they were getting faster and better at the exact same time. So the Goldstone case really shows you the dramatic impact this can have. Let's kind of zoom out now and pull it all together. What are the benefits here, not just for the company, but for the customers too? At the end of the day, this is a totally different way of thinking about progress. The old way is, waiting for a problem to get so big that you have to do this massive, expensive, and super disruptive overhaul. But the Kaizen way, it's about constant, gentle, gradual improvement that stops those big problems from ever even happening. For the business itself, the wins just keep adding up. Yeah, you get lower costs and higher efficiency. That's the start. But like we saw with Goldstone, when you empower your staff, motivation just skyrockets. All of this works together to create a more competitive, more resilient, and way more secure organization. And here's the best part. These aren't just internal victories that stay inside the company walls. Oh no, the customer feels every single one of these improvements. They get better quality products, they get them faster, and they get amazing service from a team that's engaged and motivated. It's a win that flows all the way to the person buying the product. Which brings us to what I think is the most important point of all. If you really want to succeed with this philosophy, you can't just adopt a new tool or write up a new process. You have to build a whole new culture. And that really is the ultimate takeaway. Kaizen isn't some memo you can just send out. It's not a process you install like a piece of software. It is a fundamental cultural shift. It takes training, for sure, but more than that, it takes an environment of trust, where every single person feels empowered and safe enough to look at their own work and ask that simple but incredibly powerful question: how can we make this just a little bit better today? And so that leaves us with one final thought for you. It is so easy to get overwhelmed by big, ambitious goals, but the lesson of Kaizen is to focus on the small, the manageable. So what's one tiny incremental change you could make right now in your own work or even your own life that could start that ripple effect of positive improvements over time?